Hey there chat, you guys can call me Cryo, and welcome to what my process was for making my new internet persona. At the beginning of this video here, you are seeing a speed rendition of the digital reference sheet for my character. His name is Cryo, just like my channel. Being that I've been on the internet since a very young age, I have gone through multiple different personas that range from a variety of different colors. I'm not sure if anyone would recall a YouTube channel under the name Duchess317, but that was me. Now I know you're probably wondering, Cryo, why did your old YouTube channel have a more feminine name? Well, it's simple. I am a trans man. Don't know how else to explain it, really. And, when I first started on YouTube, or on the internet as a whole, I just didn't really have the resources available to explore who I actually was. I could go on and on about it, but that is for a different video. This video, I am going to show you guys the process that I took in order to assist in creating this new version of Cryo, which is my fursona, which I've always identified more with the fursona side of internet personas, so most of my internet personas have been fursonas ever since I was a kid. That has not changed much. However, I have had a few half-human characters, OCs, personas, I don't know. Anyway, so the first thing that I did was I went on YouTube. I'm gonna be honest, I went on YouTube and I went and saw a few different videos, one from MeTwig and two other artists named Keyfuent and Zayler, with all three videos helping me in one way, shape, or form. Now, one of the first pieces of advice that was stated in them is mood board. You gotta make a mood board. I'm sorry, I know it's a pain in the ass, but you gotta make one, man. It helps a lot. Now, when it comes to making a persona, you want it to represent yourself on the internet. You want to make a creation that you can attach yourself to. And so what I did was I went and searched up different aesthetics that I enjoyed, and also some things related to my personal interests, like Five Nights at Freddy's, there's Pokemon in there, some Housebeen Hotel, that kind of stuff. And the first rendition that brought me to was this one, a Five Nights at Freddy's type animatronic from what I recall of what Fixed Mangle used to look like. But that was just a tester run. We've got plenty more different sketches to go through. This one wasn't finished. I was trying to create a speed draw for it, and if you could tell in the blurred writing, I got to see ice on the news, and I'm Canadian, so I kind of got a little flash of how dystopian times really are right now, and I wasn't able to finish it that day. Here's the next sketch. It doesn't look too far off from what my character initially looked like. However, the chest pattern is different, and the legs are longer, so are the paws are wider. I tried to channel a little bit of Vibsy Pop and Digital Circus here. This one I won't really explain. I started it and I didn't like how it was turning out. There's another sketch. I tried to have a little more of a human-like face and head shape, which honestly, I was finding it kind of cute, but I couldn't quite attach myself to it. However, I did enjoy the gesture markings, so I kept it. I kept them. This one's a little self-explanatory to me. As much as it is pretty, it is a little bit too feminine for me. You can see my hand in this one. With this one, I really tried to lean into the clown-like look, with like the heavy fluff around the neck and the clown markings and the little cheeks, but it looked cute. It just still didn't quite sit right. Here's where the inner Pokemon fan started coming into play. So I tried to make a persona out of an Umbreon, but with special markings and wings. That didn't work, so I tried to remove the wings and change the special markings. That didn't quite work either, but still pretty cute, just not for my character. Learning what I did from those other sketches, I put together this little guy. He's a little more of a wolf, which is what I initially was to begin with. I love wolves, so it feels more fit to me. I just added some of the Umbreon markings that you can see on the ears and the tail, just for aesthetics purpose, but it still wasn't quite there. So close. Here's where I started bringing in the idea of maybe a half leopard type character, which I really liked. I kept the gesture and Umbreon inspiration and decided to add the moon into this equation, because something that I've always found comfort in as a child and even as an adult is the moon. It's always been the same, and it's very beautiful. Ew, the gesture I made saying that made me feel like Trump. Ugh. Ta-da! Here's the final sketch I made for Cryo before I turned his reference sheet digital, and this was when I really connected to the design that I had made. Obviously, you could see there are a few parts where I adjusted in the digital rendition versus the, paper rendition, but I tried to keep the idea of a wolf/leopard creature. That's where the long tail came from. And just, it's so fluffy, I don't even know the words. And that is how I made Cryo. I'm sure you've noticed there are little wings on his back. Those aren't physical wings, they're more of like a fur pattern / tattoo thing. I wanted to add the motif for the placement of wings, simply because although I did want him to have wings, I felt it would be too much for him. And I'm glad that I chose with just the pattern on his back, because it is quite a unique characteristic that I haven't seen on many other characters. Anyway, chat, that just about reaches the end of my video here, so I've added one more rendition of the speed paint that I had made. It's just so you guys can see it one last time. And thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. It means a lot that you guys enjoy my content, and I am excited to make more for you. So yeah, thank you guys again so much for watching. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe. It's completely free, and you'll get to see more cool stuff. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you on my next video. Wolf out!